With wildfires, floods and storms becoming more and more apparent, the need to reduce our impact on the environment is more urgent than ever. The energy we generate to warm our homes, run our factories or do anything really, is in large part responsible for the degradation of the climate. To address our need for energy as well as a healthy environment, existing green energy technologies are deployed and new ones are developed. One such technology is ground generation airborne wind energy. This type of airborne wind energy is a compelling alternative to existing solutions because of its low cost in raw materials, easy deployment, and maintainability in harsh environmental conditions. It can take advantage of high altitude winds, and it doesn't need a strong onshore foundation. However, despite its benefits, it hasn't seen large-scale use yet. A TU Delft spin-off called Kitepower, founded by Johannes Peschel and Roald Schmeel, does an attempt at changing this. By commercializing airborne wind energy, it tries to make the technology accessible to the whole world. The technology does, however, already exist for a long time, and Kitepower is only one of many attempts at bringing airborne wind energy to the market. Different flavors of airborne wind energy have failed in the past to find large-scale diffusion. Will Kitepower succeed? Before it can find widespread application, the technology needs to overcome a number of barriers. First, there is the cognitive barrier. Airborne wind energy needs to enter the status quo. Second, the technology needs to be further developed in collaboration with clients in order to turn it into an appealing product. Third, this technology entering the market is more a push rather than a pull. There are already a lot of existing viable green energy solutions, and even more grey ones. However, there are also a lot of opportunities for Kitepower to leverage. First, it is led by its passionate founder, Johannes Peschel, who dedicates all his time into making Kitepower a success. Second, social and political interest in green power is ever increasing. And third, the new technology is very potent. As seen earlier, it already generates a lot of value on its own. But if Kitepower is going to be a success, it needs a market. From the markets that they already have interacted with, we deem the Dutch military, agriculture, and oil and gas companies the most promising. Agriculture has the most potential in total sales. We estimate that larger farms in Europe could use 135,000 kite systems in total. However, a downside of this market is that it provides less leverage than the other two. That said, it is still the largest and the easiest one to reach, so we advise this one as the beachhead market. From this insight, we constructed the following persona. A farmer, 40 years old, who lives off-grid in a rural area in Central Europe. Besides the normal household need for electricity, he needs electricity for his milking machine. At the moment, he has a diesel generator to provide electricity, which runs to the end of its life cycle, and the farmer considers replacing it. He looks for the most cost-efficient energy source. Another concern is the predictability of the costs, fueled by the rising and unstable oil prices. And since he became a dad a few years ago, he's worried about the climate change and the world his kids will inherit. Now, how would Kitepower provide value to its customer, the farmer? Their product, the Falcon, can provide 100 kilowatts and therefore performs its job as a sustainable energy supply. The Falcon is easy to install and requires no foundation, which means that the farmer can enjoy low-cost energy without a large upfront time investment, nor a large financial investment, other than the price of the system itself. The Falcon produces green energy, requires few materials to construct, and does not pose a noise hazard, which relieves the farmer's feeling of responsibility for the environment without being too straining for himself. To provide this value, Kitepower uses a business model and some strategies. Let's keep it in the context of the farmer. In order to provide the value, Kitepower needs to research and develop their product. For that, they need technical knowledge, which they get from TU Delft and other universities, corporate expertise, which they got from Yes Delft, and supplies and materials, which they receive as part of their deal with supplier Dromek. The research, development, and production pose costs, which were initially covered through innovation grants, following their subsidized niche strategy. Later, costs have been covered by investors, and will eventually be covered by revenue from selling. They will likely start selling their product directly to farmers, which is possible because they already collaborate with them to develop the product. This is part of their lead user niche strategy. Currently, while Kitepower has a fully established business plan and a market strategy, they have not yet sold their first unit. This means that from 5 growth stages, they are still in the pre-organization stage. What does Kitepower need to do to progress from here? After they have sold their first units in their niche market, they should look to expand to bigger markets. We deem the Ministry of Defense and the oil and gas sector the most promising candidates for this. But these clients can be expected to want to buy airborne wind energy systems in large quantities, meaning that Kitepower should start with large-scale production. To do that, they need expertise and resources for constructing assembly lines, which might most easily be obtained by finding an incumbent firm and possibly merging with that firm. This could, for instance, be one of their clients in the oil and gas sector. Based on our analysis, we believe that Kitepower indeed has a serious shot at bringing airborne wind energy to the market and becoming a market leader. And with that, the world will have gained yet another potent solution to the ever-growing problem of climate change.